Blurry hair. It's been a bit. So I got home from Florida last night. It was a really, really fun trip. I did wind up testing positive for COVID. I am not surprised. I went to LeakyCon for a couple of days, and then I went to Universal, and then I went to Typhoon Lagoon. So, I mean, Volcano Bay, sorry. So, it was a really, really adventurous trip, but I had a feeling that just like everything I was doing was going to lead me to test positive. But I don't feel fine, but I feel like I have a really, really bad head cold. So I'm just gonna try to get some reading done. A lot of boss battles have sort of dropped when I've been like out and about, so I really haven't really been paying that much attention to anything. Um, so I'm gonna sort of reassess what I want to read and just see what I'm at. So I'm gonna sort of like look at what I've read so far for my boss battles. Um, and just sort of do that because I've been gone for so long. So yeah, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna sort of update everything, and then I'm gonna sort of come in here and we're gonna chat about what I'm reading. I will admit my focus is sort of shot, but I just like unpacked everything. I cleaned. Um, I don't know what I'm gonna film this week. We'll see. We'll see. Maybe I'll feel better on Monday. We'll see. But yeah, so I am back. I am gonna vlog this week. Um, yeah, I'm just gonna figure out like what I'm up to because like it's been a bit. Like I was away at the start of the month, so I feel a little bit like out of sorts. So yeah, I am going to go figure out what I'm going to read, and then we'll chat. Bye, friends. I did wind up doing a little bit of my organization and sort of getting stuff set because I haven't been back home for a while. Like, I was away for the start of the month, so I didn't like do any of my prep filming. So I'm still not going to film today because my voice sounds horrible. But I did want to say that one of the sorry, that's happening for the Avengers reading challenge, you have to read as many 300-page books or less that you can in a 24-hour period. So my first book I'm going to start with is Coven by Jennifer Dugan and Kit Sitton. This is a graphic novel. I got this at ALA, so I'm going to pick this one up. And this one is just under, so I think it's like 281 pages. So hopefully I can finish this one. And I'm changing a couple of books, but this one will be one that would, it's just going to be a graphic novel. And then I also have Serafina and the Black Cloak by Robert Beatty, which has been on so many TBRs. And How to Heal a Griffin, which has a blue cover, which would work for one of my prompts. So I'm going to start Coven and see how far that I get. This does not come out until September, and it is a witchy graphic novel. My goal for today is to just relax, drink a ton of water, and try to be on the mend and try to avoid people as best I can. Again, I live in a house with 6 other people, so trying to avoid my grandparents will be challenging. But yeah, my goal is to make some progress on Coven. Again, I'm having a little bit of a hard time focusing when I get sinus infections, this is exactly what this feels like. So hopefully reading some graphic novel books will be helpful and be doable. And then, yeah, so once I'm done with Coven, because I tend to read graphic novels pretty quickly. Maybe when I get like halfway through, I will give you guys an update on Coven, because I really don't know what it's like. I have no idea. But I am excited. I have really liked everything that Jennifer Dugan has worked on, so I'm going to go start this. And when I make some progress, I will give you guys an update. Bye, friends. I just want to do a quick check-in. Sorry, my AC's on. But I did wind up reading 100 pages in Coven by Jennifer Dugan and Kit Sitton. I really am liking this book. Again, I sort of went in a little bit blind. This might be the book that I picked for the other reading challenge I'm doing, where read a book you don't know much about it. Because I really went in like sort of blind, not really knowing anything about it. I just knew that it was about Jennifer Dugan, and I knew normally she does LGBTQ plus stories, and I thought that this would be a witchy graphic novel. That's the only thing I knew, so this is probably going to work for that prompt for the magical readathon. But yeah, I'm enjoying it. But you basically follow this main character named Emrys, and she winds up having to move back to this small town where her parents' coven is due to an unexpected death, and she has to sort of dive into her powers. She's leaving behind a girlfriend, and it's a lot of drama, but I'm enjoying it. This has to do with elemental magic, and I'm just liking the art style. Again, my art came from ALA, so it's not colorful, but I'm sure when this book comes out in September, it will be a really fun, colorful graphic novel, probably perfect for the fall. But yeah, I'm gonna go keep reading. Again, I'm doing reading sprints today with the Avengers crew because their Nexus event, you have to read as many 300-page books as you possibly can. and I do have COVID, so I'm trying to get a lot of reading done while I'm stuck in the house, which I'm stuck in the house until the 14th, basically, so a whole week. But my birthday's on the 9th, and hopefully I will feel a little bit better by then, so we will see. But I'm going to go read another, probably finish this, and then I will give you guys an update. Bye, friends. A little bit later, it's like 7:39. I really thought I would read a lot more today, but with taking care of the puppy, not feeling my best, and being super distracted, I didn't get a lot of reading done. But I did wind up getting up to page 202 in Coven. It's a really good book. Like, I'm really enjoying it again. I went in sort of blind, but as I don't think I really said in the previous clip because the puppy was underneath my feet, was this book follows a girl named Esme, and she winds up having to move back to her town with her parents, and she always knew she was a witch, but she didn't really get a lot of practice. But when a murder happens to the leaders of her coven, her mom is kind of put in that spot, and they have to move back to town, and she's really not happy. She has to leave behind her girlfriend and her best friend, and when she goes to this town, she starts to uncover what's happening, and she teams up with the boy of the parents that have been killed to sort of set things right, and I'm enjoying it. It's definitely a really it's like a very, very complicated story for a graphic novel. Like, I think when it actually is in full color, I think I really will like it, because I think it'll be a lot easier to, like, identify who is who. It's a very, very interesting premise, and, like, I do like the LGBTQ plus representation. I think it would be a great read for fall, like, perfect read for fall. I really hope to finish this today, because then I can do it for the Nexus event. The goal was to read as many 300-page books as you could in a 24-hour period, but I doubt I'm going to get to read, like, more than one, but, you know, that happens. But I do have reading sprints tonight on Peace Love Books channel. My mom will be home in, like, a half an hour, so she can also watch the puppy, so I'm going to go read a little bit more, and I will update you guys when I'm done with this, and then I'll give you guys my thoughts for the rest of the day, and what I hope to read. I have two options, and we'll see which one gets picked. Bye, friends. Lori here, I'm back. So it is about 10 o'clock. I did wind up doing reading sprints on Peace Love Books channel because I'm one of her members. So I did wind up finishing Coven by Jennifer Dugan. Sorry, my lighting is a little bit out of sorts. I don't normally film over here, but I was laying on my bed. But I really did enjoy this book. It doesn't come out until September. And I have read Jennifer Dugan in the past. This is her first graphic novel, and I really enjoyed it. I thought it was a really, really solid read. And again, as like a graphic novel, normally when I read graphic novels, they mostly are not fantastical. A lot of them are like very, very contemporary based, but I enjoyed it. It was a fun read. It was definitely like a perfect for the fall. And it had a lot of LGBTQ plus representation, which I think was fun, not even only in the main relationship, but also in the other side relationships. I think some of the story elements were like a little bit confusing because there was a lot of characters in the story, but I do think that when you get like the full color illustrations and you can really see like how they're all colored, I think it will make the thing a little bit less confusing. But I gave this one 4 stars for review. So I'm changing up my magical TBR for the book roast challenge a little bit, because when I made this TBR, it was a really, really long, like, it was like earlier than when I left to go to Florida. So I'm gonna count Coven for which class, because I'm trying to do these in a proper order. One of them I didn't. We're just not gonna tell nobody. But how to Art of Illusion, I need to read a book that you don't know much about. So I'm gonna count Coven for that, because the only thing I knew going into this book was that it was written by Jennifer Dugan. It was a graphic novel. I knew nothing else. I know paranormal in some capacity. So I literally didn't know much about it. I was pleased. So the next book I'm going to pick up is a book under 300 pages. Now, my arc of this book is 298. And I think the finished copy is like 306, but my book is under 300. So I'm going to pick up How to Heal a Griffin by Megan Kisnastra. And this one I hope to finish tomorrow, because it's very, very short. And as I said, it has a lot of good representation. So that is my hope. I'm going to start this tonight. And then tomorrow, I hope to spend a little bit of the morning, now that like I unpacked this morning, sort of going through my TBR card, because I bought a lot of books when I was away, and I just have a lot of stuff that's not like in the position it should be. So my plan for tonight is to start How to Heal a Griffin. And then I will report back. I'm sure they're going to announce a Nexus event tomorrow for the Avengers reading challenge. which I literally only read one book. So, Coven. It was under 300 pages. So, did not do that good. Sorry, Avengers. I'll try harder next time. So my goal for tonight is to make some more progress on this. If I stay up a little bit later, I will, but also I know that I probably won't because I'm still recovering, and I hope to like nip this in the bud quick and not have a 10-day quarantine. Because your girl wants to like have a summer and like do some fun things, but again, I don't want to get anyone sick. So I'm going to follow the safety precautions, and we'll probably still go to the doctor on Monday. I was planning on going to the doctor anyway because I thought it was a sinus infection, and it's presenting as a sinus infection. So I may have a sinus infection and also have COVID. Could be. We'll see. But yeah, I'm going to go read How to Heal a Griffin. If I make any significant progress, I will definitely update you guys. But if not, I'll just update you guys tomorrow. And yeah, we'll chat then. Bye, friends. Friends, Lay here and back. It's about 9:19. I did wind up waking up normal time. I'm still, on the mend, but I do feel a little bit better. I hope to actually get some stuff done today, but I also hope to get a lot of reading done. So that is the plan. Sorry, you're going to hear me coughing. But I did wind up reading the first 50 pages in How to Heal a Griffin by Meg Canistra. This book does not come out until October, and I'm really enjoying it so far. But you basically follow this main character named Giada. It takes place on the Amalfi Coast, which I think is really, really fun. Like, I'm just enjoying that quite a bit. In this society, everyone is trained to be a healer for humans, but Giada's whole goal as a plus-size heroine is she wants to be a healer for animals, and that's not how you normally use your powers. And she sort of gets in trouble in school, so her first little adventure is to save a griffin and reunite the griffin with his mom, or their mom. It's really, really cute. Like, I've read the first 50 pages, and it's just a very, very fun read. I think it's going to turn into an adventure and a quest story, which middle grades are my favorite because I tend to read them super quickly. So yeah, I'm going to go read this. Also, YouTube Cube update. I haven't mentioned that at the start of this video. I have about 36 videos left, which is definitely doable, so I'm really excited to tackle those. And I'm going to go read another 50 pages, and then I'll give you guys another update. But I love that this book has a plus-size heroine that is really hard to find in middle and YA, so I'm really enjoying it. I love the focus on animals. If you don't know, I just got a new puppy. She's over there. You might see her in this reading vlog if she cooperates. But yeah, I'm going to go back to read a little bit, and when I read about 50 more pages, I'll give you guys an update. Bye, friends. I did want to do another quick update. I did wind up getting up to page 100 in How to Heal a Griffin. I'm really liking this book. I think it's very interesting that the main character in this story really is very adamant that she doesn't want to be a healer in the way that is very, very traditional. And I like that. I also think that it's very compelling that she is a plus-size heroine, and you do see that in a lot of the elements of the story. I also do like that there are other characters in the story that really do love being a healer, and the magic system is being developed. I just really like it. It's a very, very fun read, very, very focused on animals. It reminds me a lot of the Brandon Mull series, which it does say in the back, but it also does have an element between her and her brother, and I feel like there's going to be a mystery that's going to sort of drive this plot forward. I'm really liking it. It's a really, really fun, engaging, quick read, and that's really what I've been in the mood for recently. So yeah, I'm gonna go read another 100, maybe 150 pages, and then I'll give you guys another update. But yeah, I'm really liking it. It's a very, very fun read, and one that is just really unique. It's a very, very small story too. There's not a lot of characters. But I'm liking it. I like the animal focus. And yeah, I just like the magic system as well. So I'm going to go read in a little bit more, and then I'll give you guys a more solid update, but also YouTube Cube update, which has been my lifelong struggle this year, is I only have 34 videos left, and a lot of those are older videos that I've been saving. So I'm going to go read a little bit more, and when I get up to page 160, 170, I'll give you guys another update. Bye, friends. Another quick update. It's almost 2:38. Today has gone by super incredibly quickly, which has been nice. But I did wind up getting up to page 150 in How to Heal a Griffin. I'm really enjoying it. Definitely the element of adventure has really become prevalent in the story. The animal focus has also expanded, and there's a quest which I'm really liking, and there's a saving element. I really do like in middle grade where the characters have to go save someone. I think that's really, really fun. I think the prevalence of the animals are also becoming more pronounced. I just really like Giada as a character. I love the Italian elements to the story. I also really do enjoy the complexity of the story. It's just a really, really fun read. Sorry, my puppy decided to move, so making sure she's not getting herself into trouble. But yeah, I'm definitely gonna read another like 50 pages, and then I'll give you guys like my check-in. But I am really enjoying it. I am feeling a little bit better, which is nice. I still don't feel like the best, but I am feeling better than I did when I was traveling, which is good. So yeah, after I read this, I really don't know what I'm gonna read next. I have a lot of books, obviously, but yeah. So I will read this and then we'll chat. But I'm gonna read it 50 pages. Hopefully, make some more progress on my YouTube queue. And I will talk to you guys when I read another 50 or 60 pages. We will see. Bye, friends. Now, the reading update, I did wind up getting up to page 200 in How to Heal a Griffin by Meg Canistra. This book definitely took like a really different direction, and I'm really enjoying it. I think the world building of this book has like expanded a lot, and I think it really has focused a lot on, sorry, you could hear my dad trying to train my dog in the background, about like all the animals that Giada is sort of encountering. I've never read a book set in Italy before. It reminded me a lot of Luca, which I watched a couple of years ago on Disney Plus. But I'm really like the main character a lot. I also liked how she's determined to save her brother, even though at the start of this story they really have had a very, very complicated relationship because she does not want to do what he does, and he often like sees her like as an embarrassment. This book is very much like a very like smaller story because she really is just going along with some other creatures to save her brother. But I really do like it. It's really, really fun, and I'm just enjoying it quite a bit. So definitely reading it slower than I thought I would, but that's okay. And I think the world is really, really rich, and we're getting like a lot of different type of characters, so a lot has happened in the story. I think the title's interesting because that's really like not, I think the title means a lot more, but I'm really enjoying it. So I'm gonna go read another like 50 pages, and then I'll give you guys my thoughts. But so far, the adventure elements are really, really fun. The plus size representation is really, really fun. And also, the sibling relationship is also really fun. So I'm really enjoying it. I'm going to go back to reading, and I'll update you guys when I can. I am really close to finishing my YouTube cube, which is super great. So I will talk to you guys in a little bit. Bye, friends. I'm going to do a quick update. It's almost 9 o'clock. It actually just is 9 o'clock. But I did wind up reading to page 255 in How to Heal a Griffin. This book is really compelling. I think it's a very, like, unique type of adventure story, and I'm liking it. I think that the story is very unique and very different. It also is very much reminds me of sort of the structure of the Last Fallen Moon and Last Fallen Star series. Like, that has like a very similar premise to this. It's not really mythology based, but there is a lot of elements to this story, so I feel like it's a very fun adventure because a lot of stuff is happening, and it is very focused on animals in like a bunch of different ways. And I also think it's fun because it's set in Italy, it's set around the holidays, so I think even though it's not very, very Christmassy, I haven't got to like the super end of it, but like it is set in that time period and it's like a different type of setting. I'm enjoying it. I think that the main character is put in like a really, really bad position because she sort of has to save her brother, but there's a lot of things getting to that point to make the story like to make that allows her to save her brother, so it does have like a quest element to it as well. I'm just really liking it. So my goal is to finish this book tonight. As I said, I have been going to bed ridiculously early, but I do hope to finish this tonight. And YouTube Cube update, I am making significant progress. I only have 18 videos left because I'm not going to watch the Bridgerton. I'm going to watch that probably later or tomorrow because it's like a longer thing, and I'm probably just going to focus on that and nothing else because that's like a long video that I've been saving for a while to watch. But yes, my goal is to finish this book tonight and then to figure out what I want to read next. I do want to read one of my things for the Magical Readathon. I want to get all of those books done as soon as I can. I also know that once I like start watching, I literally have not watched a TV show for like 2 months. So I know that once like I dive into that, I'm going to probably pick up some fantasy because then I can read it like in commercial breaks and stuff like that. I don't even know where to start. It's just a lot. I have a lot to do in the next couple of weeks, but I also have a week of quarantining, so I really am not going anywhere. I'm really not doing anything. So I'm going to go read the last 50 pages of this book, and then I'm going to give you guys my updates, and then we're going to chat about what I'm going to read next, how my YouTube cube is doing, and yeah. So that is my plan for the rest of the night. So yeah, I'm gonna go read this, finish this book, and then I'll give you guys this. So far, I would say it's probably like a 3.75 stars rating. And I think this will probably be one of the books that I give away to my students in early fall. So I'm gonna go read the end of this, and then I'll give you guys my star rating, and then we'll talk about the next book I'm gonna pick up. It is about 8:16 on August 8th. Tomorrow is my birthday, which I will be spending in quarantine, but I did want to say that I did wind up waking up a little bit early. I didn't finish my book last night. I came super close, but I finished How to Heal a Griffin by Meg Canistra. I really enjoyed this book. I think that the cover and like the the title led me a little bit astray of what I thought this book was going to be about. However, I am confident that the next book in the series will be a little bit more about animals and like that thing of becoming a magical veterinarian. Overall, I really enjoyed the story. I love that the really was focused on animals in a lot of ways. I also like that there was a plus size main character. I also like that there was a lot of adventure elements to the story. And I like that the heart of this story was family and her trying to save her brother. I also love that like even though your perfect life path doesn't fit into your parents, that you can still be successful. I really enjoyed it. I love that there was a lot of mythology in the story, especially the references to the gods. If you're a Percy Jackson fan, I think this would be a great read. And I really liked it. I gave it like 4 stars for review. The characters were really, really fun. And I really hope we get more books in this series because I really do like this world. This book was set in Italy, and you don't get a lot of books set in Italy. I think the next book, if they do a sequel, will be set in New Jersey, which is closer to my hometown. But I love the Italian background. I love the really, really witch world of creatures. There was a lot happening. I think it was a really, really fun, fast-paced story with a lot of adventurous elements, and I gave it 4 stars for review. And I really hope that we get more by this author in the future. So I'm going to take a little bit of a reading break and sort of reset. I really haven't done a whole lot other than just read and catch up on YouTube. So I'm going to take a couple of minutes, sort of reassess, see what I am, where I am reading wise, what I have to read and all that other stuff, because I really have not even looked at my bullet journal. So I have to do that. I have to submit some books for some things. So I'm going to do that. It's going to take me like a couple, like maybe like an hour, and then we'll reassess and see what I want to read today. It's also going to be really, really hot, so normally I sit outside, and it's a good idea. So probably won't be doing that today, but I do hope maybe tomorrow on my birthday I can at least go for a walk, and stuff like that. So yeah, I'll keep you guys updated on that. So far, I'm still testing positive as far as I know. I'm going to take my test tomorrow. Maybe my hope was tomorrow to go book shopping because it is my birthday, but if not, I'll just take you guys virtual book shopping with me, so we'll see how that goes. Maybe I'll turn it into a video. We'll see. But yeah, so I'm going to go organize myself, figure out what I want to read next, and I'll try to check in with you guys. I did wind up taking a test, and I am still positive, so I don't think I'm going to be able to go anywhere tomorrow for my birthday, which sort of sucks. But again, trying to make the best of this week. So actually some good news. I did wind up sort of recalibrating all of my Avengers reading things, and I did actually never finish the Eternals battle. So I can do it in my own time, this is the perfect week to do it because I'm sort of trapped in the house and I really can't really do much. So I'm excited that I get to finish that boss battle this week as well, which is super exciting. So my plan right now is to choose my next read. I'm going to give you guys a little bit of a check-in for the magical readathon that I'm in the middle of doing. So I am if you watched my TBR video, a couple of things have changed because I filmed that video super early. So I'm a mind walker. I have already finished the class Art of Illusion. I read a book you don't know much about, which is for the first level, which I read Coven by Jennifer Dugan, which I talked about in this reading blog. How to Heal Your Griffin, which is another level, which you had to read a book under 300 pages. My arc was 288, so I'm going to count it, even though on Goodreads it says 305. I'm going to count it. And then the next book that I'm going to read is Choose a Color Wheel. I tried to do this during when I was in Florida, but the book I chose I wasn't really feeling. So I'm going to spin a new wheel and see what color pops up, and I'm going to choose a book that is that color. So let me see what I wind up getting. I'm going to do it, well, you can't really see the color, but I'll like tell you what the color is, and I'll be honest. Let me just see if I can tell that it's going to go. It's just like on the line. So I changed my mind a little bit because the next boss battle dropped, the Nexus event dropped for one of the reading challenges I'm doing. I'm like I'm doing two reading challenges simultaneously. So yeah, so this is the one that's currently happening for the Avengers reading challenge, and then I happen to go back and do another one, which I'm super excited for. That I have all this time, I might as well use it to my advantage. But because the prompt that dropped was like read a book about the same length as your previous book, I decided to pick up Shadowghast by Thomas Taylor. I literally just got this book right before I went to Florida, and it is the third book in that series, and it is definitely diving more into Herbie's past. And there's a little bit more complication in the story. It's also set around Halloween, so I think this would be a great, really overall a great fall series. There is like, I think a lot of them have to do with seasons. The first one I think was winter, one was spring, this one is fall. So I think that they all, sort of like the Catherine Arden series, at least seem to me have to do with seasons. But it takes place in like a seaside town, and you follow these two characters, and it's like a very, very unique world. So I have read about 110 pages in this one. And they also have like illustrations in it as well. And it's a very, very quick read. And then once I'm done with this, I'm going to sort of reassess my TBR for the Magical Readathon, and just see like what I want to read. Because I just like to, there's a couple of things that happened before I went to Florida that I have to like fix. I want to fix a couple of my prompts. So, but my goal is to finish this tonight. I also am going to a Patreon meetup. There's also reading sprints happening tonight, so there's a lot of reading stuff happening, and I really would like to finish my YouTube queue so I can start the Icarus Avengers reading challenge as well. So I need to watch something, and I'm in the middle of watching something else. So, but yeah, I'm gonna go read to page like 200, and there's not much I could say about this book because it is like the third book in a series. But this book does have to do with like Herbie's past more, and the last two books had to do more with Violet's past. So I'm excited. I'm gonna keep reading. I'll talk to you guys in a little bit. Bye, friends. Hey, book lovers, I'm back. I just want to do a quick update. I did wind up getting up to page 200 in Shadowghast. I really am liking this book again. I think it's definitely like a series, so like you have to read it in order, obviously. So I don't want to talk too much spoilers, but you really do see the divide between the two main characters in this story. I probably eventually, when I read the other ones, I always say that Herbie is like my type of character. Like he's like very much doesn't like adventure, doesn't like going outside of his comfort zone. He doesn't like when things don't go according to plan. And then the other main character is like very much all about adventure. So like there's a lot of differences between them in this book because someone from Herbie's past is trying to take Herbie away. And the main character is very, very suspicious of that. But it's getting very eerie and very, very creepy. I think this book would be really good to read around Halloween. Like, middle creepy like I like. I don't like horror, but I do like eerie and creepy things. So this one's I'm really enjoying. So my goal is to read like another 100 pages before 8 o'clock because I'm going to a live show at 8 o'clock. And then I'm going to see like time-wise where I am. I have to finish this book by like 10. I also need to watch Bridgerton tonight because I'm doing something else. So I don't know. I have a lot of things I have to do tonight, but I also have to finish 3 videos. So that's the major thing I have to do in the next 20 minutes is to finish my YouTube queue so I can like move on to some other things because it's been a hot minute. So yeah, I'm gonna go finish reading this. We'll read about 100 more pages before my live show starts. I will give you guys an update. Hopefully, it will be to say that I've read 100 pages of this. And I've also caught up on my YouTube queue. So we will see.
But so far, I am liking it, and I'll talk to you guys in a little bit.
Right here, it's actually like a lot later. It is like almost 11 o'clock, but I did want to say that I am going to wrap up this reading vlog because I am going to do something tomorrow that's going to be a little bit different. It's going to be a 24-hour reading vlog for my birthday. So I did want to finishing Shadowghast by Thomas Taylor. I think that this was a bridge book, but I did enjoy it. I think it's definitely like an eerie and creepy story. Again, it's the third book in a series, so it's a little bit hard to talk about in this vlog because I don't want it to spoil too much. But I will say I did enjoy it, and I think it was an effective story. I think that it really diversified and it made Violet and Herbie's relationship in the story was super different. And it also did dive more into Herbie's past, which I was really intrigued by. So I would wind up giving this one like 3.75 stars for review in this reading vlog, and I was able to finish it in a day, so pretty good. So for this whole reading vlog, I actually read 3 full things. I didn't listen to anything because I wasn't feeling my best and I really wasn't going out. So the first thing that I finished was Coven by Jennifer Dugan and Kit Sitton. This comes out in October, and it is a graphic novel that is witchy, and I gave this one 4 stars for review. I then finished How to Heal Your Griffin by Megan Canistra. This I gave 4 stars, 3.75 stars, and this comes out in October. And then the last thing that I finished was Shadowghast by Thomas Taylor, illustrated by Thomas Booth, and this I gave 4 stars to. So that is the wrap up of this reading vlog. COVID, my first couple of days of being in quarantine, and my next will be like a 24-hour reading vlog, and then we'll see where I am at that point. But thank you guys for watching. Comment below, what are some books you've been reading recently? I would love to hear, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye, friends.